Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to check fresh release from ICM, and it is molded in 1/24 scale. It copies Benz Patent-Motorwagen 1886 with Mrs.Benz and Sons. So yes, this kit comes with figures. It is based on the previous release, which was car only. As you remember, it was released right on the Nuremberg show, and now we have a combo kit which might be interesting for these modelers who would like to build a diorama in 1/24 scale. And this is a commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this kit. And of course, we are going to open it and check what is hidden inside. So first of all, box size is not that big. We have nice box art on the front. Then here on the side you can see some information about the kit. Frankly speaking, I don't see because it's really small. There are 76 plus 31 plastic parts, so obviously 76 are for the car and 31 are for 3 figures. And then on the opposite side you can see the same marking option as what you saw on the box art. And again, here we have this box sealed with sticky tape, so just give me a second to cut through it and we will check everything closer. And as you can guess, plastic should be, the car plastic, which should be pretty much the same as what was in the initial release. I really doubt that they added something new to it. It was really nice, and as you remember, it was, I would say, using the PE technology for some parts, and you will see it once again. So box structure is typical. We have this flexible top part and then sturdy white cardboard box under it, and here inside we have all screws packed into the same plastic bag, and then on the bottom we have this large envelope with PE parts and then assembly manual with another brochure for figures. First we are going to start with plastic, so I have to open this plastic bag. Okay, so what do we have here? First of all, we have 2 identical plastic frames. These ones will be used for wheels. As you can see, these are wheel tires, and of course wheel rims are not molded out of plastic in order to achieve a better, I would say, up to scale size. They are copied with PE parts. You will see them further in this video review, but molding quality looks great. I don't have any complaints here, so it should be pretty much easy and fast to separate these parts and get them ready to be installed on the model. Next we go on with this special template, which will be used in order to have the right bend of the PE parts. As you can see, it is, I would say, 3D-ish, and here you can see the part from the opposite side. Next, this sprue carries pretty much all the parts which will be needed for the vehicle. And it's not surprising considering that vehicle design is somewhat simple, so that's why we have here mainframe, suspension parts, seats, even the I would say main engine parts. All these things are here, and molding quality looks really nice, but we have thin elements as well. For example, here if I zoom in, you can see these thin bars which will be used on the vehicle, and you have to be extra careful with them because otherwise you will end up with broken parts which are really difficult to fix. And here, for example, you can see part of the main frame which is pre-molded together with leaf springs, and such design should make it easier to assemble whole vehicle without any, I would say, extra steps, because you get everything in the right position and you won't have to waste your time on alignment issues or something else. And the last gray plastic sprue is dedicated to figure parts. So this is a 1/24 scale, so that's why parts design is a bit different from what we are used to see in 1/35 scale. As you can see, for example, torso should be glued out of 2 halves, but legs and hands are one-piece elements, and we have, for example, heads separate from heads, and facial features look better than 1/35 scale because size is bigger. Here you can see comparison with my fingertip, and the only thing which will be required from you is careful painting. And of course, as you saw on the box art, Ben's mother will be seated on the car and 2 guys will be standing beside it, so you can't change the overall, let's say, layout or design of this set. Next, as you remember, we had this large envelope with ICM logo, so inside we have this nice PE, I would say, rims, which will be installed into the tires. And also here we have this, I would say, drive chains. As you can see, they're molded together with these circular parts as well, so it will be again easier to install them on your vehicle. Now, next thing is the assembly manual, but this one is not simple because inside we also have, what do we have? So first of all, we have separate brochure with figure assembly guide. So as you can see, it will be produced as a separate kit. Here you can see the kit number, so you can expect it in the upcoming releases. Here we have parts map. If we flip it over, here assembly manual is combined together with painting guide, so it should be pretty much understandable because that's a classic design for ICM. Another thing, it is similar to the previous release or initial release of the Benz car. As you can see, that's a patent of the car. It copies the original paper, so it should be a nice thing to frame and put on your wall or maybe on your table. And one more thing is here. So this is assembly manual. As you can see, it is printed in color. We have short history note in Russian English, technical specifications, and paint chart here. So as you can see, it is the same kit number as the first release, 24040. Here we have parts map, both for plastic parts and for PE parts as well. And assembly process starts with mainframe. So all parts, as you can see here, should be glued together, and it should be really easy to align them together because, as you can see, every element has some guiding pin inside, so it's just a matter of gluing them together and you have everything ready to be painted. Next, we continue with installation of this drivetrain, suspension parts, wheel axles, seat, engine, and next are the control elements here, some suspension parts and brakes. And we also have 2 assembly options, as you can see here. So that's the first marking option. And then there is a second marking option where you will be installing this wheel in a slightly different position. I'm trying to understand the main difference between these two. So maybe that's the drivetrain design. Next, here you install various external elements, fuel tank for example, and another seat. Here we continue, actually this leg rest seat is assembled on the top. Next you assemble the drive chains. That's the sequence how you should use the template for wheel rims. So as you can see, it will involve several parts combined together, these 2 template parts, and then inserting the P part between them. And in total, you have to do 51 steps in order to have your vehicle ready to be displayed on some exhibition. And here you can see marking guide, so it's pretty much simple. But I think on this subject it would be funny to try something different, maybe some unusual markings, unusual painting schemes, even though there is not that much of space to paint on. As for the kit, it should be already available for purchase in Modelimex webshop, for example. In my opinion, it's a decent combo for these modelers who somehow missed previous initial release of this kit in 1/24 scale, or maybe they were waiting for this particular combo in order to build a diorama in 1/24 scale with figures. Now you are covered because you will be able to build it out of the box. And of course, if you have already the Patent-Motorwagen, you shouldn't be worried because, as you saw, figures will be released later as a separate kit, so you will be able to get them separately, add them to your car, and you have pretty much the same combo as here. And price should be quite reasonable, so I don't think you will be surprised with it in a negative sense. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit. Write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review. As usual, thank you for joining me today, and bye.